And then after Margarita talks to us, I would invite anyone else with announcements to provide us with those. But we have a young Native woman running for a House seat in South Minneapolis, the densest Native population in the country.
So, thank you. So I want to say thank you also for giving me the honor to help represent you all as treasurer, and I will do my utmost best to, represent and make sure that we move forward and this caucus is strong going forward. Also, I am the first Little Earth resident to run for public office. Little Earth is one of a kind in the entire country. It's the only Native American Indian Native preference housing complex in the nation. I was born and raised there. I am very, grounded in the roots of the community. I have been molded by many elders in the community, as well as Native leaders. I've went through many different experiences in life. From drug addiction myself, from gang violence as a youth, from, I went through homelessness as a youth. I was just talking to my spouse when I was outside because he was saying, why does it feel like you just want to cry when you're up here? Just down the highway from here, there's like a hotel down the road. I spent 4 years of my life from 10 to 14 homeless all over the state. So I was homeless in Red Lake, I was homeless here, I was homeless in Benedict and Thief River Falls. So I've spent a lot of time bouncing during that time, and we lived in tents. So I was telling him outside when I was sitting out there how I remember just a little ways away from here, carrying my bags, being little and carrying big old bags and walking down the highway, and having our tents on our backs, hopefully to find a spot where we could, pitch up and just at least rest. I also remember coming here with my mom and sitting outside in the parking lot for 4 hours, hoping that she could flip $20 in there so we could get a hotel room, And she did that night, so I was really blessed, I remember that victory sitting outside and just enough to say, like, we could shower. Today we get to shower. So I know that pain, I know that struggle, I know the issues, not just by hearing from them, but experiencing them. My grandma was in boarding school, so I also know that historical trauma, that pain. I also know how it turns into generational trauma, and it continues to follow each child we bear. And I worry about that with my children. So I do know our issues way deeply, and I'm not blind to them. And I am passionate about changing them. I spent a lot of my time organizing, and I'm almost done. I'm so used to the timer now. So yes, I spent a lot of my time organizing in Little Earth. I've done the Roof Depot project with Cassie. I've done, I was vice chair of East Phillips before Cassie, and worked on the minimum wage ordinance with Alondra Cano. I've worked on establishing green zones with Alondra. I've done so many different projects in the community to help bring more equity and more inclusion, especially from people like our residents. When we did our caucus, I had so many Little Earth residents get involved because of Cassie that never even knew about this process, that never even heard of the DFL process. So to have them all show up into a caucus and say, we are here to vote for Rita. We are here to actually send our Little Earth resident to the House. It was powerful, and it meant a lot because nobody knew what they were doing. Nobody had a clue of what this was, but they were all standing there like, what do? We just know we're here for you. And it was Cassie that took the lead and showed everybody, and she didn't even know what she was doing, so it meant a lot, you know? And that's how we've been flowing with this. Like, I know what's going on. I've done this before. I've been involved with the Laundress campaign before, but it's bringing new people to the table that have never been heard before, and to be able to advocate for those voices and destroy the disenfranchisement that's been happening for generations and generations, and I'm here to do that. I am running for state representative of 62A. And then nobody wants to get involved in our race because we have so many people running, and I need your help. I need your help. I need every volunteer, donations, anything we can get to help me organize our communities and get me to the House so I can strongly represent your voices and make sure you have a strong ally in the House. Thank you. Yeah.